Hi guys, it's Mel from Intimacy TV, where we're all about raw conversation with real education. As you can see, I'm in the car today. I've had an amazing day and been bush with a friend of mine, and I haven't been there for many years. And it was funny because I've been driving around with a bunch, hey Tracy, with a bunch of papers in my boot. And originally I had the papers, look, I had them in the house, and then I moved into the car, and I'm sitting here going, all right, and now I'm going to explain what the papers are all about. So the question that I've asked here today is, what do you do to let go? And personally for me, there's a few ways that you can do it. One, you can have a bloody good cry. And guys, yes, you can do that too. And it does release a lot of stuff. And when we're saying letting go, we can say letting go of hurt, pain. Hey, Justina. It would be letting go of, you've had your heart broken. You have literally a drink. Yeah, that's a different one. You get spastic. Mind you, you end up riding the porcelain bus. That's probably not so good. And for those of you that don't know what that is, it's called vomiting in the toilet a lot, or wherever the hell you are. For some people, they're literally, letting go could be screaming until there's just nothing left. One technique that I found, and I did it today, and that's why I said the papers, was burning. So I do a burning ceremony, and I've done this a few times. So the last time I had my big burning ceremony was when I had finally got my divorce finalized, and it had been what should have been the simplest divorce in history turned out to be a 2-year painful experience. And when it was all done, I collated a stack of papers and letters and everything. And what I did is I put them all together. And where I was living, this is Mel's style, okay? I'm called the baklava queen. I love baklavas. I have a baklava, and my eyeballs were rolled to the back of my head, and it's like having an orgasm. It's so great. So I got champagne, a cup of tea, yes, random, but that's me. My baklavas, I grabbed my camping chair. I ended up getting, because of where I lived, I got a steel bin, and what I did was I put the papers in there, and I literally burnt the papers one at a time, and ended up having my own little fire. It was good because with the steel bin I could actually put the lid on it, and it was all finished, and I wasn't putting anything on fire. So that was my burning ceremony. And the question is, why would I do that? And the reason why I do this is because when you literally burn stuff, you're releasing the energy out into the universe, the negative energy that's attached to this stuff. And you may end up burning freaking clothes and, love letters and whatever the hell it is. So in this case, I had a stack of papers, and those papers were connected to a job that I was doing. And yes, I wanted to do closure. I find this technique is so good. Don't get me wrong, I might do the crying and I might do the screaming, but for complete closure, I collate everything that is attached to that. In addition, what I did do is I also, and my girlfriend said it because I actually was at her house and she had a fireplace. And she said, right, I'm about to go. Feel free to use the fireplace, because she knew I needed to do this. So I sat there and I scrunched up the papers and I put them in one at a time. And as I was saying this, as I was doing the burning, and I think these are the keys, I did a couple of things. Number one, in addition, and that was a recommendation from her, was I added to the documents names, and I wrote a piece of paper with a bunch of names of, people that I felt were just negative. And all of this was connected to a very low vibration and very, very negative. So I wrote their names down, and I made sure burn it up. That was also in the documents. However, when I was also doing it, these were the things that I do. I always say find the positive in the negative, okay? And you need to learn to do this. This is where the growth comes, because if you cannot find the positive in the negative, So let's just say you were in love and, you know, the end of it was shit. Even if you were hanging out with a narcissist, as a lot of people tend to love to label people, he was a fucking narcissist. Even if it was a narcissist or she was a narcissist or whatever, right? You need to find the positive in the negative. So as I was sitting there and I'm actually burning the papers, I was saying out loud, thank you for, thank you for, thank you for, and I would add, thank you for, you know, giving me this opportunity to earn income, or thank you for learning some new skills. Thank you for blah, blah, blah. If it's in a relationship, thank you for pushing me outside my comfort zone. Thank you for allowing me an opportunity to really work out what my values are. Okay, and that's actually probably the biggest thing that I actually got out of this experience I recently had was, you know, we say we know what our values are, but most of us actually aren't congruent and we're not living as per those values. So it was about, what are your values? And for me, the way that I finalized, you know, this business transaction was quite different